funds you have mentioned, what are the other alternative sources of funds? And also, we understand your regime is paying back to states that have constructed federal roads, perhaps more than what any other government has done since 1999. Can you shed light on that?
Okay, so let me start from the first question. The other source of funding, of course, which I did not allude to, was the budget itself. So every year, the budget size has increased from 2016 to date, and a large part of it has been devoted to infrastructure. Oftentimes, many see, oh, Ministry of Works has the last budget, but that is the ministry that enables the economy in infrastructure, just as digital communications does with the rollout of fiber optic and broadband, just as aviation does with the upgrading of the airports and the runways and the safety equipment, just as transportation does with the rail and the port. These are the basic infrastructure upon which the growth of our economy will depend. Without it, we are not going to grow in the way that we expect to. So the budget is an important part of that funding source. And you know that over the last 7 years and even beyond, we have had deficit budgets, which means that we have an expansionary fiscal outlook, and we cannot just budget only what we earn. We must budget to borrow and to invest. So that's where there has been borrowing to finance most of these capital projects. Now that takes me to the other question about reform to states. Before this administration, many state governors who, under pressure from their residents and indigents, could not look away, had to intervene in federal roads. The main reason, perhaps not the only reason, was that when I looked at the budget I inherited as Minister of Works for Nigeria's roads in 2015 from the previous administration, it was 18 billion naira for the whole of Nigeria. That was not going to build any road. And that sets you a context. Then I went back for about 10 years, and I saw that it was only once during the 1999 to 2003 era or so that Nigeria spent over 100 billion, up to 200 billion, sorry, 1 year on roads. All the others have been a few hundred billion. So in that period, states were getting approval to build roads. You remember the famous Western Avenue before it was finally handed over to Lagos. Our government in Lagos then used to go and put a sign there that this road belongs to the federal government. Please bear with us. Many of you will remember that. So that's the context for all of that spending by the states on behalf of the federal government. And this president came and said, okay, I will repay those debts. How was he going to repay it? We borrowed